harassment is bad enough. But Mayor Filner's conduct goes beyond violating laws protecting employees. Mayor Filner has also violated his constituents by abusing women who supported him, looked up to him, believed in him as a champion of their causes, and wanted to see him succeed in all that he promised to do for this city. We are not talking about occasional off-color comments. This is an egregious abuse of power by a man whom many of us once respected and trusted. For us, this call for Mayor Filner to resign has never been about politics. It is about public safety and core community standards and values. Abusive women will not be tolerated in our community. Not on one occasion, and certainly not serially or at City Hall. But that is what we have today. As long as Mayor Filner remains in office, there can be no guarantee that every woman in the county will be safe. And because we cannot provide that very reasonable but non-negotiable assurance, we simply cannot govern it. That is why it pains me to say, and have to repeat this morning, that Mayor Filner must step down right now. So,
Due process.
Due process.
Give
Prove
us a
it.
name.
Names. Prove it in court.
Yeah, prove it in court.
Take them to prove it in court.
Prove it in court. Take it to the district attorney.
Yeah.
District attorney. Yep.
There may be lawsuits filed against the city. The goals of the three individuals we're hearing from today was to avoid putting these women on trial, because we know, what so many of you out there know, this mayor cannot control himself and has not for a long time. I'm going to talk to you about an employee of the mayor's office. I'm going to tell you some examples of what she had happen to her and what she witnessed repeatedly in the office place. There's a term discussing called the Filner headlock. This is what's used to describe a pattern that our mayor has with women. It occurs in the office, it occurs at fundraisers, it occurs when there's a woman present who the mayor would like to sequester and have a private conversation with. He puts his arm around their shoulder, pulls it in tighter around her neck. The woman believes that the mayor just wants to talk to her and gets pulled away from the group where she can't be overheard, where he can't be overheard. And then he begins, as Donna mentioned in her story. Are you married? Do you got a boyfriend? He'll oftentimes pull in close to their face and tell them, you're wonderful, you're beautiful, I want to kiss you. His goal is to get them out of the way. And he says things, come on, you know you love me, just give me a kiss. Let's go up to my office, no one will know. This isn't a one-time thing. This is in the office. The mayor did this to my client. She saw him do this to numerous times to other women to get them alone, to proposition them. My client is confident that as we move forward with claims, potentially lawsuits, and as others are questioned under oath and under penalty of perjury, this will be ubiquitous. The security detail, the others in the office will corroborate this fact. There's something else. It's called the Filner dance. For whatever reason, the mayor feels that it is within his prerogative to ask women to kiss him, and if he feels even the slightest hesitation in pulling back, he will force a kiss on them. At that point, the Filner dance is when a woman, faced with the mayor, close to her face, not wanting to be kissed, tries to evade. And oftentimes, the mayor lands a kiss on her cheek. In the mayor's office, there are women who call him a dirty old man, push him away. But this is their job. This is their boss. They're scared. They are victims. My client told the mayor early on in her employment, as he was about to go before numerous cameras, "You're doing a great job." And his response was, "I'd do a better job if you kissed me." She honestly believed that he was joking at that time, early in her tenure. Little did she know this was the MO, and this would continue for 6 months. My client has witnessed, or has discussed with others who have witnessed, the mayor grab an employee and try to kiss her, have her awkwardly call him a dirty old man and push him away. And yet he continued to make rude comments to her. She has complained that he grabbed her ass and touched her chest. Somewhat recently, the mayor pulled my client into her office, put his arm around her and pulled her to him stating, "I know you love me. I think you're beautiful. Come on, give me a kiss," resulting in the Filner dance to avoid a kiss on the lips and telling the mayor to get out of her office. This made him mad, and his response is telling. "I'm the mayor. You can't kick me out of any office." And that's the person we're talking about today. While staffing events, employees have to witness the mayor engaging in these behaviors. When pretty women are available to discuss topics, when they come up to him thinking that they're approaching the mayor and getting his ear to talk about issues that matter to them, he pulls them away and they come back flustered. One other thing the mayor did repeatedly, and others will attest to, when he had meetings in his office, there'd be a woman present, and usually a staffer. The staffer's job is to take notes. That's how it's always worked. But when the mayor saw fit, when the woman was to his liking, as they were leaving, he would pull the woman back in, sometimes from a group, sometimes having met with her, just with the staffer. And he would brusquely tell his staffer, "You're not needed," and close the door. Sometimes for 5 minutes, sometimes for 25 minutes. We cannot attest to what goes on behind those closed doors, but we know it's happened, and we know that the women have, on multiple occasions, come out and quickly left the office with the most flustered of looks on their faces. My client has known the mayor a long time. My client has worked for the mayor for approximately 6 months. There is no circumstance under which it would be appropriate for the mayor to enter into an elevator with my client or any person who he employs and to tell them that they would do a better job on that floor if they worked without their panties on. If those of you calling for due process need to understand why Donna, myself, Corey, my sister, Lorena Gonzalez, Tony Atkins, David Alvarez, Todd Gloria, and others have stood up and called for the resignation of this mayor, now you know. Donna and I met with the mayor to talk about this particular employee's grievances, to talk about what he would need to do. And I stand here before you to say, our mayor